Hi, everyone. I'm Joe Perreta. I'm a psychic medium based in New York City. It's a little crazy here right now, as you could all imagine. My whole thing is that I talk to dead people. I know that might sound a little crazy for some of you listening, or maybe not. Maybe some of you are on the same journey Liz is on or has been on for a long time and is more open to it or seeing that there is more to this life than just, the physical and material world. So that's what we do as mediums. What I do as a medium, I connect you with that other part of reality that isn't as easily accessed or seen, or basically consciousness.
So when I first met Joe, he was one of the first people I met. This was about, I guess, 4.5 years ago now. Yeah, maybe like even 3.5 years ago. It feels so long. I could not believe any of this was real, except I kept seeing these weird things that happened. So I just bombarded Joe with questions. One of the things I remember asking Joe early on is, okay, so you say you talk to dead people. One thing I cannot understand, where is that consciousness? Like, I know I feel myself physically right here, and I know I'm here.
I think part of the reason why that question is hard to answer is because it's not exactly I don't want to say not an accurate question, but it's not the right question almost. Like, I understand where you go with it because we live in a physical world and we're always thinking in terms of like, I'm over here, I'm over there, left, right, close, far. I can see you, I can't, that kind of thing. Whereas I think once you leave the physical world or don't have a physical body as an anchor into the physical world, it's hard for us to imagine an existence that isn't rooted in concrete. I can touch this is here, this is there. In short, I kind of think consciousness is everywhere at the same time. Like, I know that kind of sounds sort of, it's the word I'm looking for, like this whole like omnipresent God thing. That's not really what I mean. But I don't think consciousness really has so much of a physical place. Like my consciousness, when it leaves my body is going to be over there and then yours will be over here. I don't even know how really to explain it because I can't fully wrap my mind around it. But from what I know from all the scientific studies that I've read and all the philosophy books and what spirit has taught me from doing readings and just my own meditations and experiences myself with the paranormal, because I've had, or the spiritual realm, whatever you want to call it, consciousness, it's very hard to really give it like a physical place. Even though when people have experiences, if they see someone who's passed or they see something that they can't explain, they will see it over there. Or, I saw a lady walking down the hall in a white dress. And, whatever, you hear that a lot from people who've had experiences. I saw my grandmother standing in the kitchen. That's always where she was standing. I think that's to interact with us here and the physical part of existence. But as far as like where that consciousness is, I sort of think it's all around us, or not to get too philosophical and lose everybody, but there is this school of philosophy and thinking, idealism, where instead of everything being material, it's the complete opposite and everything is mind. So even though like we have a physical world, idealists will say, and idealism says that all of that actually is mind and not actually matter, and matter stems from mind and not mind stemming from matter, like how our current society and science and medicine is set up. So I don't know if I 100% believe that. I'm not saying it makes a lot of sense to me, but there's still a lot of mysteries and things that kind of questions that it leaves, And long story short, I don't know if that question is even answerable or maybe even the right questions. It's really hard. Liz, I'm sure you've seen this. It's hard to ask the right questions about something you don't even really know about.
I don't even know if we have the mental capacity to understand completely the questions to ask. In one sense, I sort of equate that to trying to understand infinity. It has to exist as a concept. We can understand the concept, we can study the Big Bang, but what about trillions and trillions of years before the Big Bang?
We don't have the capacity to hold infinity.
I sometimes think what the substance of consciousness would be. It's just something we are not anywhere near capable of understanding if we ever fully can.